A man went missing for 17 years and now he's found in the mountains of Bulgaria?
Could Bigfoot be real? Today things get weird, but don't worry, we're still grounded in faith.
This episode's brought to you by Petboat Coffee, Two Clever Fellas, and Firstborn. Watch or listen. We progressively just get higher and higher.
Casting their faith to reach this world.
Of the word of faith, and God began to heal the people.
Said it's crazy that happened.
She looks like a moon. She looks like the moon. Is what she
Doesn't
said.
mean it's me. I'm just saying that's what she looked like.
Fish on.
What is going on? What is going on? Welcome back to the Cast and Faith podcast. Woo! We're back at it, you guys. 3,000 plus strong army here.
Yeah.
Grateful for you. That's so crazy to say out loud. That's so crazy. Oh, man. Welcome back to the Cast and Faith podcast. Today, we got a weird episode, and that's okay.
Man, I'm excited for this one. I've been excited to talk about this for a minute. I can't believe we haven't yet.
Cannot believe we went a whole year and never talked about what we're going to talk about today.
The big guy.
The big man himself. He's on some of our merch. He's on a lot of our merch, actually.
He is the reigning,
Defending
world hide and seek champion.
Mr. Foot. Bigfoot.
Fighting out of the Pacific Northwest.
Is he?
I don't know. He's
Depends on
all
where
over.
you're from. We got the Ohio Grass Man in
That
studio.
we do.
That sounds like a prison name. I don't know if I could say that. Anyways, we're talking about Bigfoot today.
That we are, man. This is one of the topics that we have talked about for many, many years.
Man. Oh, 100%. Since we were kids.
Yeah.
So David and I have been friends probably since we've been 7 years old.
Yeah.
I think we've spent more time together in our lives than we've spent apart, for sure.
Yeah.
And so one of my best friends growing up, and all the time we would be glued to this topic. Why?
Yeah.
Because we wanted to believe. Yeah, we're Christians. We are teachers and preachers and all those things, but it's fun to talk about some of these things. And we've officially made half of the internet uncomfortable. Probably half of our listeners have turned away, but if you're still the tried and true and are still here, we're grateful for you and you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
And so this is the part of the show, part of the month where we shake some stuff up and remind everyone it's okay to be normal and it's okay to not be normal. It just is. It's okay to talk about weird things sometimes.
The weird things are fun, like
And
Bigfoot.
that being said, disclaimer, we're not saying that he is or is not real. We're not saying that this is the official stance of any organization.
We're
or
not saying we went to the
employee.
moon.
We're not saying anything like that. This is all for entertainment purposes only. And so, David, that being said, before we dive into all things Bigfoot, man, what is going on? What is new?
Man, I mean, it's a new year. 2026 is
That it
upon
is.
us. Ready for the year to get started. I'll be going on a little bit of trip this month. Going down to Florida.
Nice.
Um,
Gonna catch a peacock bass.
so I'm not going to that part. I'm going to the Gulf of America. We'll be in Panama City.
Hey, speaking of fishing, weird off topic. Sorry to cut you off. I read somewhere that they're stocking sturgeon again.
Yeah, in the Great Lakes.
Yeah. So like we could catch sturgeon.
Dude, have you seen the videos of sturgeon fighting out of the water?
Bro, it's
nuts.
a dinosaur of a fish.
Yeah.
If sturgeons exist, surely there could be a North American ape. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I
I'm
might
not
be saying.
We might be saying. I'm not saying I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Who could say if we're
Who
saying
could
what
say?
we're saying?
But I thought it was cool that they're stocking sturgeon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dinosaurs. They're
Mhm.
cool.
Very cool fish. It'd be neat. Can you imagine? Bro, that'd be crazy.
I bet it tastes good.
Back to last week's episode.
Mm.
Spearfishing.
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to
Spearfishing.
open that up for
I would
sturgeon?
actually feel bad spearfishing a sturgeon. They're
Yeah, I
so
would
beautiful,
too.
man. They're
Yeah.
such a cool looking.
Majestic.
Yeah, it's like prehistoric looking.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm killing history.
Yeah. You seen that?
Speaking of killing history.
We got to do an episode about Jeremy Wade soon.
Oh, yeah.
But do you remember the episode where he caught the lake sturgeon?
Mm-hmm.
Like 8 foot fish?
Yeah.
Just
And
crazy.
it wasn't even his target species.
Right.
Just caught it. It's cool. He's the only fisherman who started a biology show and caught all the fish, and that's why it ended.
Yeah.
Just
The legend himself.
a legend. So this episode's about Jeremy. No, I'm kidding. It's about all kinds of things, but it's cool that you're going on another trip, man. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's for my father-in-law's 60th birthday, and just happens to be right around my birthday too. So
nice.
Where will be the first day we're down there is my birthday, and
can you do anything cool?
Britt and I really haven't really planned anything out. We're just gonna kind of spend time with the kids. I'm gonna do a little bit of fishing while we're down there in the Gulf, and eat some food and hang out.
You ever worried about hooking into a shark?
I would love to catch a big one. The biggest one I've caught is like 2.5, 3 foot.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy.
But like I'm talking about,
man, I would love to.
Legit.
So
like your size or bigger.
2 years ago, I take David fishing with me whenever I'm down there, and we fish in the salt water in the coast.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually go to South Carolina around Hilton Head.
Yeah.
And we were fishing on a dock or a pier that is known for shark tournaments. Like there's a shark tournament there every Tuesday night. And me and him were fishing there. And he cast out and he looked down in the tackle box. No sooner did he look down, I'm watching out in the water, had to be every bit of an 8-foot shark.
David?
He didn't catch it or anything like that. It came up.
That would have scared me though as a father.
So we're far enough away from the water. We're like, I'd say probably 15 feet up in the air. And it's down and we're off like it's like a 1/4 mile walk out on this pier.
Nice.
But every bit of an 8-foot shark, man, it was the biggest animal I've seen in the wild before. Cool. It was nuts to see. But he missed it. I'm kind of glad he missed it because I think he would have freaked out.
I think you would have freaked out. I think everybody would have freaked out.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten shark?
I have not. I'd like to try it though.
I have. It was good. It was grilled when I had it. I was a kid.
Supposed to taste like steak.
It was very much like that, and it was such a weird consistency. I think one of my uncle grilled it. I think when we were in, I don't know where we were. I was so young. I was way young, probably like 5.
Okay.
So it was a long time ago. But yeah, interesting, man. That's cool. Cool that you're going on that trip. We're staying put for a while, I think. We were going to go to Disney, but that fell through. Something I want to do, but I just don't know if it's the right time for that. But I love episodes like this, man, because stuff gets real and unreal, and honestly, it's going to be a different kind of episode than most people realize, and it breaks up the monotony a little bit to talk about some weird stuff. But in all seriousness, this is all done in levity, so take that as the disclaimer for this episode. We're just having fun. But before we get into Bigfoot, I got a story.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. I read this story, the start of this story, and it kind of stopped me in this tracks. And I'd be surprised if this didn't come across your social media feed. But a man who vanished 17 years ago, was officially declared dead, was just found alive in the deep mountains of Bulgaria. Officials in the national park say park rangers noticed a tent pitched off of the trail far from hiking routes. When they approached the campsite, the man inside could not provide any ID, and only then did they realize that they were looking at somebody who they thought was long gone. Isn't that wild? And he had been missing for so long that authorities had put him on the missing persons list and then issued a death certificate in 2013.
Wow.
Because no trace of him had ever resurfaced. And so now I want you to picture this: 17 years living out there away from society, away from phones, away from fast food and news feeds, and from everything else most of us take for granted. No Facebook memories, no YouTube, no text, no podcasts, no birthdays, no gifts, just mountains, forest, and survival. And even more wild, when they reached him, he reacted aggressively towards the rangers who tried to identify him. And only then did authorities piece together who he was. This was not just a missing person story. That was a living, breathing human who was trying to rewrite his life.
Wow.
And try to disappear. And so what we assume was possible, everybody thought this guy was dead, but he wasn't. And listen, that's kind of what this episode's theme is kind of going to be. You could be lost, but that doesn't mean you're gone. Yeah. And so we're going to talk about that. Some people are so lost they don't want to be found. And some people are lost thinking there's no way I can be found. And we want to bridge the gap here. But dude, isn't that crazy?
It's nuts.
17 years.
I read the only way they found him was because he was camping in a restricted area. And the rangers were going through there and saw a tent and were confused.
How do you not? Maybe you're just crazy. But like, how do you do that?
So this made me think of...
And why do you do that?
I started talking to you about this before. But the North Woods Hermit. This is this guy named Christopher Knight. That in 1986, his car ran out of gas going through the woods in Maine, and he just left his car and walked into the woods.
I guess this is my life now.
He just accepted the moment and fully embraced it. But I say that because he wasn't found until 2013.
That's so crazy.
27 years he lived in the woods, and the reason that he was found was because he was stealing from people
To survive,
there
probably.
was the legend of the Northwoods Hermit, and people thought it was just a legend of this guy breaking into cabins and tents and stuff and stealing stuff. But here it was true. This guy that just walked into the woods and for 27 years was stealing. They said over 1,000 burglaries of food and survival gear.
I don't think the scariest thing you see in the woods is Bigfoot. I think it's another person.
Man, this is a completely different episode, but have you ever heard of the feral people? Like
Yes,
the blue
it
people
freaks
and
me
stuff?
out, man. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Man, it's fully legit.
Which
too.
is worse than Bigfoot.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Feral people is worse than Bigfoot.
People that went. So this is the theory.
And this
I've
is
heard on
real.
that.
That's
Yeah.
happened. Like that's trackable.
People that went into the woods during the Great Depression and just
Never came
back to society.
What a different way. It'd be like time travel.
Yeah.
Did you know we didn't go to the moon?
Then how do you explain Harvest Moon?
Wait, so Backbone Coffee went to the moon?
No, they didn't go to the moon. They roasted it. Medium dark, notes of caramel, honey, and chocolate.
It tastes like lunar excellence.
Bro, this coffee tastes better than a moon landing filmed in a warehouse.
Well, whether you believe in the moon landing or not, believe in Backbone Coffee's Harvest Moon.
Roasted to order, ships fresh in 2 to 4 business days.
And you can get 15% off with the code Casting Faith.
Backbone Coffee, the Casting Faith podcast.
Fuel the grind.
Question everything.
Can you imagine?
That's
like,
an episode in and of itself.
Oh, 100%. And man, it's a crazy thing. It's not just a missing person story. Those stories are crazy. Like that's crazy. It's crazy that you would decide, well, this is just my life now, and then just
The
go
fact
for
is he
17
just ran
years.
out of-
Ran out of
out of
class.
gas and just decided to walk into the woods.
This is it.
27 years.
Forget
bro.
my family. Forget my job.
So we think about from their standpoint a lot. Like when you hear these stories, I always go to, man, what would they think?
you think
Can
if
you
that was your
imagine-
kids and your
Exactly.
wife?
Can you imagine your family?
I think I would feel betrayed.
I would. I'd feel hurt.
I'd feel
For
so
sure.
upset. That's crazy, dude. Man, we've all talked about going on like a camping trip
Yeah.
or surf ride. Like, you know, the show Alone, I really like that show. Dual Survival was one back in the day. It was real fun.
Yeah.
Survivor, man. That was a fun show, Man versus Wild. Those kind of shows are fun to teach you. But all of those shows have one point. Get back to
to
society.
society, yeah.
Don't stay here. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you out there for 17 years? Hey, Bill, how's your life been? Oh, well, I've been in the mountains of Bulgaria for 17 years, and
The woods in Maine for 27.
it's so crazy.
Nuts, man.
I don't know, man. That's wild.
Can you imagine how your mindset would be, though? You know what this makes me think of?
Mm.
Do you remember the first Waiters and Wives episode where we talked about how you said that you thought about fasting your vision?
That wasn't the first one. Yeah, imagine going out into the wilderness. I'm just going to go out in the woods and live like John the Baptist for
How
a few
would that
days.
change your perspective? Yeah.
I think you would lose your mind.
Oh, I think so too.
I don't think you'd be a normal person.
You wouldn't be sane, I don't think, to be isolated for that long.
It's not good for me. We've talked about that ad nauseum. It's not good for me to be alone. Imagine
No.
being alone in the wilderness forever.
Right. You got to have people around you.
I wonder at what year did it just become their new normal?
Can you imagine the scary place that would be, though?
Yeah.
To where your new normal is no social interaction.
Ugh.
I'm a very like introverted person.
Yeah, you are.
I'm very like I don't need
Hit him up, DMs.
I don't need a lot of people in my life, but I
Well,
need
here's 3,000.
people, right? I need people.
Yeah. I think one of the things about 2019 that was so hard for me is that I thought I was a big introvert. I
Yeah.
really did. And I am like, it's hard for me to be outgoing at first, which is hilarious to say because I host the Casting Faith
Right.
podcast and I preach and I do all the things. But like by nature, I don't love heavy social. So I get like uncomfortable.
I don't like it.
But that's changed over time. And 2019 made me realize, man, I need people.
Yeah.
And the best part of those times was when we broke the rules and got together anyways, allegedly.
Yeah.
And so it made me realize I need people. So I can't imagine going for 17 years just alone in the woods.
Right.
During that time, though, I did want to go do like an extended camping trip.
Yeah.
I think that would have been fun. We talked about doing one in Mogador, which isn't like a destination place at all, but I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
But man, speaking of the woods and you know, all things out there in those 17 years, I wonder if they found any interaction at all. Maybe it wasn't a person. Of course, they had to hunt to survive and fish to survive. But I wonder if they ever had any competition. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if they ever,
you know what you're getting at
ever
here.
found that hide and seek champion of the world. You know,
So Bigfoot, like we said at the beginning, is
I feel like I
one of
need to
our-
say I was not picking my nose just now. It looked like
He totally
but
was.
It was just it wasn't.
he was picking a winner up there. No, Bigfoot for us has been a fun topic that we've discussed with all of our friends ad nauseum over the years. I really can't believe it's taken this long for us to talk
it's
about it on the
wild.
show, but
I made a cameo in the Charles Robinette episode.
Yeah.
I said, "You're probably the most serious guest we've ever had." We usually just talk about Bigfoot and things like that. He laughed. Nobody's talking. Hey, why not talk about it?
yeah,
it's fun.
it's fun. It's something that's part of pop culture and society. But before I dive into it, I do want to say, I think the reason that we relate to it so much, like we enjoy this story so much, the story of Bigfoot, the legend of Bigfoot, is the outdoors.
Yeah, 100%.
I've got a Bigfoot hat on, Casting Faith hoodie. It's got the Bigfoot on the back, limit out.
Look at that. It's my Bigfoot. If Bigfoot's real, this is what I imagine him to be like right there. Kind of looks like you a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit longer of a beard.
Yeah, I could get there. But I think the reason that we relate to it so much is just the connection to the wilderness, the outdoors. It's like our yearning for that lifestyle. That not secluded. We just said
just
that we
like
need that
to be alone
reinteraction,
in
but
nature. It's
to
fun.
to be out in the woods.
Not for 17 years.
I think that I know that most of our listeners are either they're outdoorsmen. They're
Yeah,
either hunters,
100%.
fishermen. They enjoy camping, being outside. There's a special connection that we have with the outdoors as humans.
Yeah.
There's a peace that you get when you're sitting in the tree stand, or you're standing in the river, or you're out on the boat or the kayak, or you're in your tent out in the middle of nowhere looking up at the stars. So that stillness and that sense of awe returns back that I think that we lose so often and throughout our daily grind. And we feel at home.
Yeah.
We feel like that's where we're supposed to be. We feel connected to God. Not to sound cliche, but we feel closer to creation.
Yeah.
Out in the wilderness, and I think that's why we relate to the Bigfoot story so much.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, we are going to be talking about the big man tonight. Some people know him as Bigfoot, Mr. Foot from the Goofy movie,
It's 100%.
or maybe
We're gonna
Sasquatch,
talk about that later.
the Ohio Grassman, the Florida Skunk Ape, the Yeti, a wild man. He goes by many different names, but what's interesting about it is pretty much all of society has a Bigfoot story.
Yeah.
In Europe, Australia, Asia, the U.S., it's pretty widespread
Yeah.
across mankind that there is a wild man in the woods.
Yeah. And apparently, who's to say what that is even?
Right.
Because there's some level of it's just kind of it's a hidden thing. There's always a glimpse. It's always a blurry picture.
Blurry
it's always,
creature, blurry picture.
It's always that. It's never like a clean HD 4K.
Right.
And now we got AI and it's impossible to believe anything that you see. And so there's never going to be a crystal clear, this is what this is, unless somebody hunts one, right? Which has not happened.
Having said that, do you remember? So I love Coyote Peterson.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I thought that was real.
I did
so
too.
much. I was
I
like,
did too.
"Ooh, he
I
found him,"
remember our group thread
and I was like, "What
was going off that
he
day.
got so much hate for that.
I love Coyote
I
Peterson.
do too.
My son watches him. I love watching him. He just watched one.
I'd love to have him on the show.
Yeah, it'd be so cool. He's an Ohio guy. Love him.
So
man,
shout out.
don't do that stuff. That's Coyote.
There's so many people who this is their whole world. Not us, but there's a certain group of people out there who that's their whole life.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, some context here. Coyote Peterson a couple of years ago did a mockumentary where he found a Bigfoot skull.
Yeah.
And it set the Bigfoot community afire.
Because first, I don't know, 48 hours, everybody believed it.
Yeah.
And then most people didn't watch the whole episode, which he did, so
Right.
this was all just a,
What if?
what if thing.
Yeah.
And, so it's on them, really. You didn't stick around
Right.
for the whole story. But, man, it did set the whole community on fire.
Yeah, but just a little bit about the history of Bigfoot before we get into what our thoughts are and the different things about it. But
Yeah.
so as I said, most of society, most of mankind has a wild man story, a Bigfoot story, if you will. You've probably heard the name Sasquatch. That's more of a Native American Indian term from the Pacific Northwest. There's also the hairy man or the skookum. That people would refer to him as, but they didn't really refer to him as a monster, more of like a guardian in the woods or a neighbor to them in the Native American culture. And then it wasn't until the 1950s where Bigfoot really got his triumphant return back into pop culture. There was some big footprints found out in California, and the media coined the term Bigfoot, which we all know today. We all know that ended up being a hoax that was proven. Guy was putting big foot molds on his feet and walking through to get loggers out of a specific area in Northern California. But as highways expand and push deeper and deeper into the woods, people started seeing some things. And different stories started brewing. And then in 1967, we have the very famous Patterson-Gimlin film. Which I know that I'm speaking a different language to you if you're not familiar with the Bigfoot community.
You would know the picture.
But yes, you know the picture. It's the famous, looking over the shoulder, like walking through the woods, blurry picture. A lot of people say it's just a person in a suit. There has been some analytics done on that, some deciphering. And, it doesn't really prove that it's a person in a suit.
Yeah.
In fact, it looks supernatural when they kind of break it down.
Yeah.
Super interesting, but they were going out. It was a couple guys going out on horseback, and they ended up filming this female Sasquatch, supposedly. And that is that famous picture, the quintessential looking over the shoulder, arms spread apart, walking.
And that's the one that really stoked the fire on this whole topic, right?
Yeah.
That's the one that started all the others, right? Which what it seems
Absolutely, yeah. It's when it really
I'm sure there
part
was
of society.
history of it before,
Yeah.
but that's the famous one.
That's
the
what
one.
everybody knows. Even
Yeah.
if you're not familiar with
You
Bigfoot,
would
you've
know.
seen the picture.
Yeah, 100%.
But it really spans from Pacific Northwest or California, whatever, the big guy himself. And here locally, we have stories of the Ohio Grassman, which is a different
100%. You remember
breed
going?
of Bigfoot.
Remember going to Salt Fork all those years? We do a trip to
Yeah.
Salt Fork, and I think that's where they do the Bigfoot
They have a
convention.
Bigfoot convention.
And they've had the people on from Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah.
They have them come in every once in a while.
they never really find Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? That's the hairy beast
Right.
in the room is that, hey, where's he at? You
But
know?
there has been times where we've gone down on that trip. It's a youth trip that we take the
I
kids
wanna
down to
see it
South
so
Fork,
bad.
and we're out fishing at night, and you'll hear somebody,
just whooping.
and it's somebody. It's not
it's
Bigfoot himself.
No, it's just a person.
It's
trying to find
not
Bigfoot.
Squatch out there. It's
I would say
it's Billy Bob out
I'd
there
say
howling.
80% of Bigfoot sightings or hearings is just other people looking for
People
Bigfoot.
or a
Yeah.
bear or
Yeah.
something. But
So that was my running theory. It's something that I want to believe in because it's man, it would be so cool if we had a type of animal like that. But my theory has always been it's a bear, it's a black bear on its hind legs.
Yeah.
Because they do that.
they do, and it's super common for people to see them. And if you don't see a bear on its hind legs commonly, then you're going to think it's a
And
hairy.
it's dark
person.
out. You're not sure what you're seeing. These are the most easily this is what people say it is.
So having said
The
that,
non-believers.
though, there is historical record of a giant ape that fits the mold.
Are you talking about Gigantopithecus?
I am. Now, there's no evidence of it ever crossing the Bering Land Bridge from Asia into the U.S. or from
But
Russia
there's
to
no
Alaska.
reason why that wasn't. So this is the kind of thing. We believe in dinosaurs, apparently.
Right.
You know, so like
I've seen the science. I don't believe. I'm just kidding.
people believe in dinosaurs. That's taught in
That's quoting a
history.
show.
So the question for me has never been, does Bigfoot exist? It was, did Bigfoot exist?
So my thing with that is I feel like it had to have for
Right.
all these different cultures to have
And you
this
know-
common story.
Different topic, but like, just because we stopped seeing it in mass numbers, it just doesn't exist anymore. Like, is there a chance that like the dodo bird is out there somewhere? Is there a chance that the thylacine is out there?
Tasmanian tiger.
You know, so there's where my mind goes to. It is like, we don't know. We talked about this so many other episodes ago of how, like, you know, 90% of the ocean's uncharted and or not discovered, and we don't know. I'm sure there's bits of land and stuff out there that isn't populated by people, and you know, I'm sure that there's like stuff out there that we haven't even discovered yet.
Yeah.
And so we don't know what we don't know is all I'm saying. And there was this one recent thing, I think it was last year, but there was a Bigfoot-like creature in Colorado there was a video taken, footage of people
I remember this.
wrapped, and I think
Yeah.
it was on a train or something, or no, it was just like sitting in the
trees,
clearing.
and you can
Yeah.
see its face. Yeah.
Yep, and in its clip, you see this tall, hairy figure move along the tree line above the river and then disappears back. And you've seen so many of these types of things. And some people think it's proof of an elusive Bigfoot or Sasquatch, but others have been quick to point out that from a distance, it's always from a distance, it's always from a bad quality camera. You know, there's always a shadow or it's just a regular animal, right?
Yeah.
But it's fascinating because whether you're a skeptic, a believer, or you're somewhere in between, the story never goes away.
Yeah.
It's always
spans
there.
cultures. It spans history.
Yeah.
There's different depictions of it throughout history. And you hear about the stories. Everybody's heard the stories of the Yeti or the abominable snowman,
Right.
and the Himalayas, and it's a part of our culture, which is so wild. It's you see these cryptids or cryptozoology animals.
Here we go. We're in it, boys. We're in it.
You see them, and you think that these people are crazy for thinking like the Loch Ness monster and jackalopes and all that crazy stuff. But Bigfoot is one that has really entered part of our culture. It takes me back to thinking about the Goofy movie, one of my
100%.
favorites.
Bro. 100%. Could you
Bigfoot
back up,
guy.
Mr. Foot? You're a little out of focus. Bro, that was iconic. Speaking of the Goofy movie, so first of all, Max learns the perfect cast from his dad.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Hey,
And doesn't appreciate it at all.
hey, insider knowledge here. If you do go to Disney and you see Goofy, ask him to do the perfect cast. He will do it, and it is spot on. When we went, I had him do it. It was
So
awesome.
That's
It was
sick.
awesome.
That's awesome. I'm gonna do that. Man, but so much in that movie. It's been ingrained since we were
Yeah.
kids, you know. That Bigfoot scene, you know, Max didn't appreciate the time with his dad, and then he sees Bigfoot with his dad, and somehow that's not the end of the movie, and that's like the end. Who cares about a concert? We just
Hey,
saw
that is the
Bigfoot.
best Bigfoot movie, or best Bigfoot.
Yeah,
movie, the
100%.
best Disney movie.
It's very
The
up there.
Goofy movie.
100%.
Phenomenal. Best soundtrack by
Bro,
far. Forget Pocahontas or
I've been-
Tarzan.
I've been searching far and wide.
Listen to each other's hearts. Find we're never too far apart.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm usually one that sings. Look at this. It was growth. Dude, speaking of the Goofy movie, I've been searching far and wide for many years of my life to find the pizza
Yeah,
that PJ
cheese pull,
and
bro,
Max
that cheese
had
pull
in
is
that movie.
iconic.
Oh my gosh. Hey, pizza companies, do
Right.
that and you'll have all of us. It
Brittany
was so...
surprised-
I've been looking for that forever.
Yeah, Brittany surprised me last year with a Powerline hoodie. I've got
Oh,
the
that's
Powerline Tour 95
Nice.
hoodie. Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome.
But no, Bigfoot
Iconic.
is really like ingrained himself in
Pop
pop
culture.
culture. You think we're just getting out of the season, but the Christmas classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Bumble is the abominable snowman,
Yeah.
the Yeti.
Yeah.
Monsters Inc., the Yeti. Welcome
Yeah.
to the Himalayas.
Right.
It is a part of culture. It's all, you'll see Bigfoot hats, shirts, whatever, merchandise everywhere.
And yet somehow he's just so elusive. And we got drones that disappear or crash. We lose footage. People try to get cameras, and there's some beam of light or ball of light. All of a sudden,
that
something
gets
changes.
blurry.
And we still haven't explored a huge part of the portions of our wilderness.
Yeah.
And everybody chalks it up to you're either a believer or you're not. I'm somewhere in between.
I'm somewhere in between too. I I will
Dude,
go out.
national parks are massive.
Yeah. Hey, there's some crazy stuff with national
Yeah, we'll have
parks.
to do some episodes on that. A missing 411.
Yeah.
And we talked about the guy
links,
who
the
went
caves.
missing
Have you
purposely
seen
for
the-
17 years.
Have you seen the maps that show the cave system that matches up almost
Caves?
perfectly to the
Let me tell
national
you,
parks?
I might ice fish. I
Caves creep me
I
out,
might
bro.
hunt. I might go out on the ice. I might do some crazy. We've crossed rivers at 720 flow and almost got swept away. I'll do some pretty crazy things. You know where you're never gonna find me? A cave, ever, never.
There's just something.
There's no reason for me to be in a cave. First of all, what lives in caves?
bats.
Bats.
I don't like bats.
Bears, maybe.
Yeah. Bears,
Bigfoots?
bats, Battlestar Galactica.
And there was I'm not going to name it, but there was a scary movie about caves that traumatized me when I was a
Yeah.
kid. And since then, I was never going to be a spelunker.
That's one of the. That's
keep
such
it,
a
Bat.
fun
Keep
word.
it.
I love spurlunker.
Keep it, Batman.
Let's
I
go
don't want
spurlunking.
it. No. Hard pass.
So that's one of those things, man, where it's like snakes, where there's that
Ugh.
inherent spider snakes.
Oh, it's a
caves,
primal
that-
fear.
yeah, a primal
Like you just
fear.
don't. It's
one of
built
those,
in
like,
us to
yeah.
don't go there. You know, and so, but they're so massive, and it'd be so easy to disappear.
But
It'd be so easy if a man can decide I'm not going to be found for 17
Yeah.
years. Like an animal surely can decide that, but there's a lot of evidence not. We asked Pete Rogers about this, and he said you have to have like species to mate with.
yeah,
To prolong, to procreate, you have to have like species, and there's not a like species. Therefore, Bigfoot doesn't exist.
that makes sense.
And so it makes sense, but also like, how do we know that there's not? Well, there'd be bones. Well, bears eat bones. Like
And honestly,
what if they eat their own? What if they do something? Like I don't know.
so if you hunt, I'm sure you've gone shed hunting. How hard is it to find antlers sometimes? Skeletal remains. Nature has a way of taking care of stuff.
I did think that Coyote had found a skull, and I was super excited.
did too.
Didn't find
Bum me out, bro.
it. Now, before the comment section explodes and we lose a bunch of subscribers for talking about Bigfoot, I'm not saying that this is our theology and this is what we're
No,
like
not by
fully
any means,
all
no.
in believers. What I'm saying is what if Bigfoot isn't sci-fi? What if it's just something a little older or something we just don't understand or something that we just haven't seen? What if it's something else?
Yeah, I mean, what if it's just a misidentified animal?
Yeah, could be anything.
What if it's a species we're just not familiar with? What if it's something that's transdimensional?
What if it is? It makes me think. You remember? I think it's the story of Elijah and his servant, and how God said, or how they pray that God takes the scales off the servant's eyes, so he could see that there are many more for him than against him. And when they take off the scales of his eyes, he sees an angelic host and army.
Yeah,
And you read the book of Revelations, and you see all kinds of critters and creatures and beasts that spring up in the Battle of Armageddon. I don't think it's all symbology. That's not the right word. I don't think it's all symbolic. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think that there's some truth to that. And so I think we're going to be surprised one day when some random stuff starts popping up. And also the things at Colossal Labs, we talked about the dire wolf that they brought back. They're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth. If they can bring back a species, surely they can create one.
Yeah, and I think it was on the Sean Ryan podcast. He had somebody on that used to work at a government facility that said that they were working on some pretty strange stuff. Now, can you believe that? You never know.
No, I don't know. I think it's weird. I think a lot of people it's taboo, but not for us. We talk about all kinds of different things.
Yeah, just like to have fun and have the conversations
Dude, I started taking creatine, David.
every day.
Every day creatine. And not just any creatine, first form creatine.
That's the only creatine I take.
It's amazing. I would say it's delicious, but it's unflavored, but it doesn't mix. You know how like old creatine got kind of clumpy at the bottom? And
Little
it tastes-
gritty.
Yeah, it was like sand.
Yeah.
Not like first form's creatine. You should be taking creatine. Helps your brain.
Yeah, not only does it help you when you're working out and you're trying to gain a little bit more muscle mass, trying to look a little bit better, but creatine also, studies show it helps you mentally. So taking first form creatine every day, not only good for your physical health, but your mental health as well.
Creatine. Get you some creatine.
First form.
Creatine. First form creatine. First form.
Creatine.
Creatine.
First form.
First form.
All right, welcome back. Sorry about that. I had coughed up a lung and, still struggling with this cold. But yeah, dude, I don't think that Bigfoot's I don't think he's real. I don't think he's not real. He could have been something that was real.
Yeah.
I'm not a believer. I'm not a non-believer. It's just one of those things where it's like, we don't know what we don't know.
It's one of those things
Wouldn't
where
surprise
if
me.
they found evidence, I'd go,
Oh, it
I
makes-
knew it.
Yeah.
But if I die and there's no evidence, and be like,
It's all
that
right.
makes sense too.
Yep. Could be either way.
Yeah.
But the Bible does describe a very hairy man, a man of the
does.
field, a hunter, someone who didn't really fit in. He dwelled in a tent. You know,
He was so hairy.
lived off the
He took
land.
goat skin. That's the wild part of that story.
Yeah, the man was covered in goat fur. Like his forearm hair was so thick that
Jacob thought, I'm gonna go kill this goat and put hair on my arm.
Yeah.
My dad's gonna think it's my
And he
brother.
believed him.
Imagine me. I'm a hairy guy, but I can't imagine having that coarse of hair on my arms to where my dad would think that a goat was me.
So funny story. I had a student back a couple years ago. Like, I'm a teacher, and we were teaching the story of Esau and Jacob, and we were teaching the story about how they were deceived by his hairy arms. And I had a little girl. She was in my class. She came up and she grabbed my arm and she just did one of these. And she looked at me and she goes, "You feel like Esau." And she would call me, "He's Esau. He's Esau." And the whole time she was at our school, she would call me Esau. And if,
That's fun.
It was so funny. But man, yeah, imagine me for real though. Like thick, like goat hair is different than just normal. So I don't know. It's crazy. Some people believe that. I think that's a stretch, you know. But
What? That
that
he was that
it could have
hairy?
been Esau. Bigfoot's
Oh,
Esau.
yeah.
Is
I think
Bigfoot
that's
Esau?
a bit of a stretch.
It's a bit of a stretch.
No, I think that I don't know where my theory is, and this is gonna sound a little out there.
Bring it.
There is a spiritual realm around us at all
Mhm.
times,
I don't think that's out there. I think that's real.
and
I've seen
not
some-
that I'm saying Bigfoot is a spiritual being
Could
by any
be.
means.
A
And
lot of
there's
people-
the clip right there.
a
I'm sure,
lot of people think that.
but there is a spiritual realm, and I
Mhm.
believe at times that the veil is thinned,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that we see things that we can't explain.
Well, we talked about it just a second ago with that story about Elijah and how,
Yeah,
you know, we don't see so much because we're not meant to see.
right.
And there's a lot. The Bible says there's a war going on for our soul
At all times.
at all times. There's good versus evil fighting for
Yeah.
our future. And that's not just figurative. That's not just, there's a literal sense to that. You know, we just don't see it.
Yeah.
And so, man, there's a, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not real. And I'm not saying that Bigfoot's real. I'm not saying that Bigfoot's spiritual, but there is a spiritual realm. There is. I've seen some wild things. I talked about it on the Brother Robinette's episode, where him and I share a similar experience of where we are attacked by something supernatural.
Yeah.
Attacked physically in real life, not a dream. You know, and people will dismiss it and say that didn't happen. Hey, that was my lived experience.
Right.
And so
I've seen some things that I can't explain, and
Maybe
I
we'll-
know I can't explain them. I know it's a spiritual because we've talked about this a couple episodes ago. Discernment.
yeah,
You know that it's something spiritual.
Yeah.
And that is the blessing of having the Holy Spirit, having God on your side, is that spirit of discernment, being able to interpret what you're seeing and not be tricked, not
Yeah.
letting your eyes trick you into something, or your mind trick you into something, your flesh trick you into something. But there is definitely a spiritual realm all around. And Brittany doesn't like when I say this, but there is a spiritual dimension. There's different dimensions. There's a spiritual dimension that we can't see all the time, but at times that veil does thin. God allows that veil to thin, and we see some things we can't explain.
yeah. You ever have a dream that came true later,
So
or something similar? They call it deja vu, I think.
yeah, deja vu, where you have that. Some people say it's like a mental lapse.
Maybe.
But I am not a big dreamer. I've never really been somebody that remembers their dreams. But recently, man, I've been having some dreams that are vivid, and I remember them, which is so out of the ordinary for me.
I dreamt when God called me, I had a dream that was pretty wild. And in that dream where God called me, and it was confirmed later in my life, but in that dream, it fast forwarded me to different weddings of people I knew. And a couple of them had not been even dating yet.
Wow.
And they ended up in real life getting married later on. I'm talking
Crazy.
years before.
Yeah.
Another time I had a dream that somebody was pregnant, and you know, the Lord told me in the dream to tell these people that they were going to have a healthy baby daughter. And I was actually at a wedding. I'm not going to say their names because I don't want to
Yeah.
do that, but you would know them. I'm gonna tell you off air. But I went up to them at this wedding and I said, "Hey, I just want you to know the Lord wants you to know that everything's going to be all right and you're going to have a healthy baby girl." And nobody knew they were even pregnant. And turns out they came up to me and they told me later, like, "You know how much that means to us. We're trying." And a couple weeks later, they found out that they were having a baby girl.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident I
So
know who you're talking about.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like, pretty crazy. Like, and I'm not saying that makes me special or anything.
No.
But like, sometimes things happen that we can't explain.
Yeah.
And jokes aside about Bigfoot and stuff like that, the reason that kind of stuff sticks around for so long is he represents the idea that maybe, just maybe, there's some stuff out there that we don't fully understand.
Yeah.
And we want to know. You know, everybody wants to know. Being unknown doesn't mean it's always imaginary, and whether Bigfoot's real or not, it's the idea of something lost being found,
Yeah.
or something hidden being discovered. That is what hits people, I think.
Yeah.
You know, and
There's always that that intrigue to the unknown.
yeah.
Human nature is us wanting to understand what we don't understand.
And so how does this fit this episode? How do we weave this to faith? Watch us do it, baby. How do we weave this into a Bible lesson? Is that, man, whether you're missing for 17 years or you're just a big hairy creature that people argue about for centuries, lost does not always mean gone.
Right.
Lost doesn't mean gone. And just because you might have lost your way and you may feel like nobody understands where you're at or who you are and what situation you're going through, that doesn't mean that you're hopeless. There's still hope in your situation. And so listen, if you grew up in the 90s and you've experienced all the Bigfoot culture around and all these things, it's always fun to revisit and think about that. But I want to change the tone here for a second and just talk about this. This is where we're grounded, okay? We've been talking about mysteries and missing people and things that are hotly debated, right? And some people will just turn this off just because we mentioned that, and that's okay.
Silly, yeah.
That's okay. But the Bible has been talking about lost things before podcasts ever exist, right? The Bible talks about lost things. It talks about lost sheep. It talks about lost coins. It talks about lost sons. And every single time, the story does not end with the word lost. Mm-hmm. The reason that these stories are there is so that something can be found. And so in Luke 15, it's not just a chapter about people who have wandered off. It's a chapter about how far God is willing to go to find them. And here was my biggest thing with even starting a podcast like ours is that, man, people are willing to believe in aliens. People are willing to believe in Bigfoot. People are willing to believe in the supernatural. People are willing to see those things. If they're willing to believe and see all of that, then they're willing to see and believe a God of creation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not going to like dump on anyone's beliefs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to dunk on you and call you a crazy person. Listen, the Bible calls giants giants.
Yeah.
The Bible says a lot of crazy things are happening, and a lot of crazy things happen. But the Bible also says that if you're lost, there is hope. You can be found. Luke
Absolutely.
15 is not just that lost chapter, but it's about being found. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that it's important to know as well, you're not too far gone.
Yeah.
I've heard it. I know you've heard it. And I know that there's people out there listening that have said this. I'm too far gone to come to church.
Man.
I'm
What a
too
lie.
far gone for God to love me. I've done too much bad in my life. That's such a lie.
Right.
That's such a lie. He's willing to leave the 99 to find the one sheep. His love is sufficient.
Mhm.
It's bigger than any sin you've committed, any life choices that you've made. His love is willing to find you. And the only thing that holds that person back that would say that is the fact that they're saying it.
Yeah.
It's themselves.
Themselves.
Yeah.
That man who was missing for 17 years was only missing because he wanted to be.
Right.
He had the survival chops.
Yeah.
He could survive. He could sustain himself. Both of these guys that we talked about
Yeah.
could sustain himself. The reason that people stay lost is because they choose to be.
Absolutely.
And I know that's super heavy and it's super It's hard to digest that, but listen to that one more time. People who are lost only stay lost because they want to be lost.
Absolutely.
They don't want to be found. And so if that's you, I'm talking to you today. You're not too far gone. You're not forgotten. You're not disqualified because of time, distance, or decisions. It's not over. Not because you've been too good, and it's just because God is faithful. There is a path for you to live in faith. There's a path for you to come back and to have a real relationship with the God of this creation that we've been talking about.
Yeah. To the people that say they're too far gone, or God could never love me, whatever you call it what it is, whatever your excuse is. Look at Paul in the New Testament.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about somebody that's too far gone. Saul, Christian killer. Like
Right.
he's seeking out Christians and killing them, and has that Damascus Road moment where God changes his life, changes his name, changes his life, changes everything about him.
Yeah.
You're not too far gone.
No.
You just have to be willing to
Have
take
that,
the step.
yeah, have that moment. And
Yeah.
that doesn't need to start in a church. I believe it should take you to church.
Yeah,
But it could be in your car right now.
absolutely.
It could be in your kitchen. It could be in the middle of your mess. You could be in a tent on the side of the Bulgarian mountains for all I
Right.
care. God is here. And man, that could happen right now. Lost doesn't mean gone. Just take the first step.
Yeah.
And that's our word of encouragement today is just take the first step.
Never did you think you'd be listening to a couple guys talk about Bigfoot and
Here
then
it
tell
is.
you that you're not too far gone.
It-
But here's that moment in your life.
That's the summary of this show for sure.
Yeah.
Man,
But hey, if you're out there and you're listening and you think you're too far gone, that's a lie from the enemy.
amen.
You're not.
Amen. And we're your people.
Yeah.
So,
If you ever need a word of encouragement, message us.
yeah.
We're here for you.
I wrote a whole book on encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if this episode has hit you at all, if something stirred you while you were listening, don't scroll past that. Don't ignore that. Don't ignore that. God still finds you where you are. And
Yeah.
we hope that somebody was found through the mess of this episode. We hope that it found you. And that's why we talk about weird stuff, man. We talk about it sometimes. We talk weird stories. We laugh at the mystery, and we still land on hope.
Hey, it's okay to be a Christian and still talk about the weird stuff.
Yeah, you can still believe in Bigfoot if you want.
Yeah.
I don't think I do, but you know.
I don't know where I'm at. But you can still be a Christian and have the weird conversations. Hey, the Bible's a supernatural book.
It is.
And we're going to talk about some supernatural stuff from time to time.
Yep, it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, man. Overrated, underrated. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
You
The
ready for
cheese
this?
pool on the pizza. And
Goofy
movie.
Underrated,
Oh,
bro.
underrated.
I've been waiting for that for my whole life.
every time I open a pizza,
Since
I think of that.
1995, baby. I
Mhm.
want that long cheese pool from that pizza. You
How
know
about
what I mean?
some Pauly Shore, some leaning tower of cheese?
Yeah, the cheese whiz tower.
cheddar whiz.
That's so good. Talk to me, baby. I want the cheese pizza, boy. I want it. It's underrated.
It's a fantastic movie.
100%. Such a good movie. I still play it every once in a while. Once a year. It turned 30 years old last year.
Yeah, that it did. My
That's
kids
insane.
listen to the soundtrack all the time. I
Yeah,
love it.
That's awesome. That movie is underrated for sure.
Yeah.
Same with that pizza. Okay, here's a weird one. Camping in the winter time. I don't think I'm about that life, bro.
I don't know.
Would you do it?
I would try it, I think.
Man, I'd have to have that solo stove or something. I'd have to have some kind of heat source that was inside the tent.
So,
Have you seen those chimneys that go
Yeah.
out the top of the tent? I would have
Yeah.
to do something like that.
so my
It's-
mind has thought about it before because I'm like, we've talked about it before. I have that plan if stuff were to happen, what my family would do.
Mhm.
So I've thought about it, and man, it'd be tough.
I don't think I'm making it, man.
It'd be tough.
I don't think I'm making it if stuff goes down.
You'd have to head south.
Yeah. I got family in the South. I just
Yeah.
don't think we ever make it there. I think what an individual could. I think a family of four is a whole nother
It's
story.
tough, yeah.
It's tough. So that got dark. Anyways, camping in the winter, overrated. Overrated. Stay in that warm cabin,
Yeah.
you know? I'm
Yeah.
all about that cabin life.
Forget the cold.
Forget that. Conspiracy documentaries or Finding Bigfoot or, those history show hitters. You know what I mean?
They're fun.
They're
they
fun.
have their.
I think they're underrated.
They have their moment. Yeah, they're underrated.
I think as long as you don't buy into every aspect
Yeah.
and say this is the truth, like,
Man,
they're fun.
What a cash cow. Not to name names
I
or point
love-
fingers, but like
You talking about
The-
ancient aliens?
not well. I was thinking
Aliens.
the Oak Island show. I don't
Oh,
remember
yeah,
what it's
that one too.
specifically called, but they never find any.
No,
we're
and
gonna
people
dig in this
still
hole,
watch. The
and
most recent one was
the next episode. We're gonna dig in this hole.
the Skinwalker Ranch one. Have you
Yeah.
watched those? They're so funny. There's out on the mesa.
Hmm.
It's so funny, bro. But I think they're underrated
Yeah,
because they're fun.
They're fun.
They're fun, but
You
I
gotta
don't
take it for what it is.
You can't look at it like it's real. You
Right.
got to look at
It's
it
not
as
a documentary.
It's
It's
entertainment.
entertainment.
Yeah. But I think it's
like
hilarious.
WWE.
I think it's hilarious that History Show one year when we were young went, forget real history. We're just gonna go off the walls. We're gonna go full
Yeah.
Bigfoot and aliens. That's the money move.
Yep.
They just nope, nothing research. We're gonna get hate for that too. No matter what, there's gonna be one side that is mad that we're not crazy enough, and there's gonna be one side that's mad that we're even discussing. Stuff
Hey,
like
we're
that.
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
we're
just
a little crazy.
We're like the frosting in the middle of the Oreo. You know what I'm saying? We're that best part.
We're not double stuffed though.
No, definitely not. So man, I would say they're underrated.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're fun. I love me a good conspiracy theory, believe it or not. Okay, ready? Going off the grid.
Underrated.
Yeah,
I do it. If my family and my friends.
yeah.
It's gonna sound a little cultish, but
I'm super dangerous.
compound.
I'm teetering that line, man. I'm one world event. Trump, we're recording a couple of weeks ahead.
Yeah.
Trump has supposedly addressed the nation soon.
it's
And,
aliens,
dude.
They've
I'm
been
one.
here forever.
You look at me right now. I'm one big event away from starting a compound. I'm just kidding, but not real. I'm
Not
seriously-
like,
not like Waco or anything weird.
No.
I'm just saying, like,
like a hippie compound, peaceful,
yeah,
without the weird stuff.
we love Jesus. That's
Yeah.
all. I don't know. Just kidding. I feel like I gotta say it. Just kidding. But man, just one big event away.
I think the off-grid
Going
is
off-grid.
tempting. Again, goes back to what I said at the beginning of the episode about the reason that we like the Bigfoot story is because of
Yeah.
the call to the wilderness,
Yeah.
the love for the outdoors, and I think that's where the off-grid thing
Yeah.
comes for me specifically. I think there's a preparedness aspect of it too, but just I think all men deep down have that desire to sustain their family
Maybe we're
themselves. Maybe we're Bigfoot.
Maybe we're big.
That was a super weird thing for you to say.
Maybe deep down,
do you
all men are
remember-
just Bigfoot. Maybe we're the one.
So we talked about taking the kids in the
I just
youth
got
to
super
South Fork.
lightheaded just now.
Charlie,
Oh my gosh.
never mind.
I've been sick for a very long time. Hopefully, it doesn't sound that bad. But
We talked about taking the kids and the youth down to Salt Fork for the youth weekend we do down there. Do you remember at my bachelor party? There was a picture of me.
Remember when we kicked the
holding-
tree? We knocked over a tree. I think
There's a picture of me at Salt Fork, so they play into the Bigfoot thing big time. And in the gift shop at the lodge, there was just a whole section of Bigfoot stuff. There's a little Bigfoot stuffed animal, and him and Charlie and Christian and Justin took a picture of me just cradling Bigfoot like it was my child, and I look so proud. I'll have to.
Oh my
we'll
gosh.
post it. I'll send it to Charlie. We'll post it with the episode.
man. Yeah,
I do think that there is a call to the wilderness that all men.
it'll do you
have.
good.
Yeah.
It'll do you good to get out there.
Absolutely.
And,
Even if you're not an outdoorsman, going out and just being in the woods, hiking.
Oh man,
Do
you
it.
don't have to start with tent camping. You
No.
can go to a nice Salt Fork lodge and get
Yeah.
a little taste of it. You know,
Yeah.
It's all
Just be
good.
around creation.
Yeah.
Ground yourself in creation.
I mean, we started talking in this episode about missing people and strange stories and things we don't fully understand. But the real message of this episode, hopefully you got to the heart of this, is that no matter how lost you feel, there's still hope.
Yeah.
You're not too far gone. And being found in God and by God matters more than having all the answers to all these weird things. So,
Absolutely.
we're here for you, man. And if you've been listening, for quite a while now, and you got to this point of the episode, we want you to write something in the comments. Okay, we want you to write something encouraging in the comments. Write something. Let us know. Did we go too far?
Nope.
Let us know if we didn't go
didn't go
far
enough.
enough. I think there's more to the story here. Anyway, no, just say hello. We love to hear from you guys. Let us know some topics you want to bring up. If you like the weird episodes like this, let us know that, and we'll do more of them. But we want to thank you all for listening. We want you to like, comment, subscribe, share this episode, and just stay apart. And I'm sorry, I'm struggling. You guys, say a prayer for me. I've been sick for a very long time.
So yeah, I would just say like, subscribe, comment. We want to hear your favorite Bigfoot.
Oh, dude,
story.
Remember Bigfoot?
Do you have a Bigfoot story?
Yeah, we want to hear. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Write that in the comment section. You got a Bigfoot story? Me and him have a camping story. We've shared it before. We'll share it again.
We'll do it again.
Because
we'll
last
bring
time
that
we
one back
shared it,
up,
there was 7 of you listening, and so for those 7, you're gonna rehear a
It's
story.
not Bigfoot, but it is kind of
It's weird, unexplainable.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when Bigfoot really liked the beef jerky?
Jack Link's another part of Bigfoot being just an acceptable
100%.
part of culture.
Yep, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, he would really like is this jalapeno heat first form meat stick.
I'd like to think that my Bigfoot likes jalapeno heat.
I think
Squatcho.
I think the jalapeno heat's good. They used to have it. They might still have it. They had a cheddar jalapeno one, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've tried this one before, but
it's good. Got a little bit of kick to it.
18 grams of protein, y'all. Firstform.com/castingfaith. Get you some meat sticks.
Hey,
Bigfoot, if you're listening, Bigfoot, Mr. Foot, get you a First Form.
Get you some First Form. Bigfoot, that's your supplement. If you're out tracking in the wilderness, looking for Bigfoot, make sure you have your First Form 18 grams of protein meat stick with you.
Yeah.
But
if you're tree knocking and whoop, sorry.
doing a full-on ad thing here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go for it.
But before you head out on your Bigfoot adventure, get you some Backbone coffee. Fuel that grind with Backbone. It 100%. Is legitimately the best coffee I've had.
Listen, we had a fan say they didn't really love Rolling Coal that much. It was too strong. And I said, hey.
We threw our shoes at them.
We said, get out of here with that nonsense. Rolling Coal is delicious. No, I'm just kidding. For real, there's a roast for everybody.
Yeah.
If you don't like super dark coffee, get you a medium roast. Get your overtime grind. Get you some Harvest Moon. That stuff is smooth as can be. It's delicious.
Backbone coffee and Bigfoot.
Hand in hand.
Yeah.
You gotta have
Bigfoot
some.
loves Harvest Moon.
You know, I'm sure that man.
I spoke to him. I know. He loves Harvest Moon. He loves the honey chipotle beef sticks from First Form. He also loves their creatine. He couldn't get as big as he is. Couldn't grow his feet to their abnormal size without his creatine and hitting his daily protein goals. Bigfoot encourages you to go to First Form's website.
Nobody's listening right now.
And make sure that you have the Casting Faith affiliate link with your First Form order.
Creatine.
Get you some creatine and protein. And then Bigfoot also thinks that you should call Marcus at Two Clever Fellows.
100%.
And Marcus will help you find Bigfoot.
He could do it.
He could do it. Marcus will make it happen.
You can hire Marcus to go on a Bigfoot hunt at
Marcus will dress up like Bigfoot for you.
Yeah.
And let you search for him in the woods. And go get you some Casting Faith merch with Bigfoot on it.
Absolutely. We got the Limit Out Bigfoot hoodie.
I'm not going to stand up and turn around, but Bigfoot's got a steelhead.
We got this one. This is kind of retro and fun. This is an oldie, but goldie. It's still on there. I might take this down soon, so if you want this, you can
go get it.
Go get it, because it's going down.
Go buy it. Go spend some money.
Yeah.
Forget your resolution
of
not spending money. Spend money on the Casting Faith podcast.
Yeah. Nobody's listening. Hey,
we love you.
If you are listening, we love you. Thank you for sticking with us this long. I'm sorry that I'm coughing up a lung and sneezing and getting lightheaded on this podcast. We're talking about Bigfoot, and I'm struggling. Struggle bus is real.
All right. Well, we're going to call this one. Thank you again for listening. We love you. Go find Bigfoot.
Whoop.